So I had a guy that asked me, why do Generation X think that they so tough? And without even a thought, I said, because we are. He said, oh, you got it, OG. It was that simple. Face gestures. See, what you got to understand about Generation X, and me personally, is I think Generation X was a secret military project that went off the rails. Let me explain. We grew up tough. You already know the water hose and all of that stuff. That's how we grew up. So we was outside. If you didn't bleed, you didn't have fun. That was Generation X. We had good and bad in everything. Batman, Superman, He-Man, Evel Knievel. We had these guys as heroes. Then we had Super Dave Osborne. But when we got into Evel Knievel, we started using our resources and we started thinking, well, we can't jump over cars. So we found a piece of wood, got some bricks or a rock, and we started jumping our bikes off of those. Tough. We grew up with cowboys and Indians. If we had enough people and we couldn't get to the park, we would go to the field and we'd throw rocks at each other. And the only rule that we had was, don't hit nobody in the face. Because then you get hit in the face, you're gonna get a whooping when you get home. I got hit in the face with a rock. The guy who hit me and my whole crew, they was more terrified than I was. Look. I got stitches right there on my lip because I got busted. But we left no man behind. So what happened was, once they saw the blood everywhere, they all got together, made sure I was good, and they all walked me to the house. My boy knocked on the door because he thought it was gonna be safer for him to knock on the door than me, because they already knew that I was gonna get it. Because I wasn't supposed to be playing with the rocks, let alone get hit in the face. The reason why I say that we was a military operation that went bad is because, just think about this. If you're a Gen Xer right now, think about the parks that we went to as kids. It was boot camp. Think about it. Our parks was a little boot camp for the military. And to bring up one thing is that Gen X, if I'm not mistaken, has the most military recruits of any generation. And right now, we have the most military veterans walking around amongst you. Quiet, not saying nothing. We just chill. I know that because I travel out the country a lot. And when I'm sitting at the bar talking to people, mostly all of them are military vets from the United States. And we just being quiet, just chilling, enjoying a nice, relaxing time. So everybody that's talking need to be careful because you never know who you're walking around. But let's get back to the military operation. Have you guys ever seen this at your Gen X? Have you seen this at your park? Basic Training 101. The monkey bars. This was at our park. They also second as a basketball court because if the big guys was on the court, we just used the monkey bars as our basketball court if we wasn't climbing them. Then they brought in this NASA stuff, which we were really gun-ho about America and wow, we gonna be astronauts. Have you seen this? And you watch how you guys look when you see this. But this is an obstacle that was at our park. This brought back some memories, didn't it? I know it did. Look, when I found this picture, my legs started trembling because I remember some older dude taking my toy and taking it up there, and you had to go up and get it. And they would just laugh at you to see if you make it or not. That's just what we did as Gen Xers. And also, y'all remember the guy on TV that was the astronaut, and they put him in that thing that went in circles like 100 miles an hour? We had that at the park too. It was this. Oh yeah. Little kids get on it, and then the big kids spin it around as fast as they could spin it to see how far we could fly off. We just grew up tough. That's just how we were. But then I think along the way is that they found out that we were a little too tough and too nonchalant and too quiet. The reason why we were quiet was because that we didn't disrespect our elders. If you was older than us, we didn't talk back. I know some of you remember just trying to talk back to your mother, and not only did you get beat by your mother and then your pops when he got home, and if any of your uncles or anything came over and they found out, oh, you was talking back to your mama, you get it from them too. It was just, what they say, spare the rod, spoil the child. We know what the rod is, and the switch, and the extension cord, and the chancla. We know what all that is because we done got beat by them, all while we was growing up. But we all had this unity about ourselves within that age range that if you was with us, you was with us. So if we got kicked out the house like we always did, they kick us out the house and make sure that you come back before the street lights come on. So we go knock on the door. Ms. Johnson, can Thomas come out? Thomas, go with your friends. Come back before the lights go off. Joe, can Joe come outside? Joe, go play. Come back before the lights come on. But then we didn't forget Timmy. Let me tell you who Timmy was. We go knock on the door. A lot of people didn't know Timmy's name. A couple of us did, but most of us that hung out didn't know what Timmy's name was. But we asked, could Timmy come out? And then his Timmy, how you feeling? You want to go outside? Your friends are here. Timmy was the most excited. Timmy was the one with the short leg and the orthopedic shoe. But we didn't leave him out either. He came with us and we protected him. But Timmy was ready to scrap. And the guys who didn't know his name, they're like, oh, I didn't know his name was Timmy. I thought that was the pimp with a limp, because we called him the pimp with a limp. And he called us stuff back. But that's just how we were growing up. That was just the beginning of our military training. Another thing that we did, most of us had to go to church every Sunday. We was forced to go. Not only did we have our Bible, Generation X had a second Bible, and it was this right here. If you know, you know. So every Tuesday or Wednesday night, we was right there at Boy Scout meetings, doing our thing, the little woofs, the bear, all that. Our whole goal was to learn about life, learn how to survive, and get them patches, because we wanted to show the other troops when we went to camp, we was the baddest ones. And that's how we got a lot of our unity, because there was a lot of Boy Scouts at that time, even Girl Scouts. But we did our camps 2 or 3 times a year. Hundreds of Boy Scouts, all colors, all races came together, and we were one unit. And I think that was a military operation. That had to be a military operation. Don't tell me that it wasn't. If something happened right now, you get a Gen Xer, most of us could go out and start a fire with 2 sticks because we did it as a kid. We could build you shelter, because if we had sleepovers or the family or something came over and spent the night, we take everything in the house and we built tents out of blankets, pillow cushions, whatever you had. We did it. We were the ones who found resources and made them work to our advantage. That's Gen X. But I think eventually they found out that our mentality was a lot stronger than what they thought it was going to be, because we have no fear. Even stuff that we were scared of, we would try just to get it out of our system, because we were just that bold. We was just that bold of a generation to just try it and do it. And I don't even think we had a lot of hospitals, because if we broke something, we had to be almost dying before they took us to the hospital. I only remember going to the hospital probably once, and I ain't gonna even show you the scar, but it was horrible. But that's how we were raised. That's how we were brought up. We were brought up to respect one another, protect each other, respect the flag, leave nobody behind. But with that being said, that would have caused the problem for people who wanted to try and lead us astray, because we knew all the tactics, because you guys taught us since we was 7 and 8 years old on how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to use resources. how to figure out who was the leader and who wasn't, and who was the smart talker and who wasn't, and we all protected each other. I think that's why you don't see a lot of Gen X in office right now. They put a lot of stuff in place for us to raise our kids not to be what we are, because we're a prototype of something that they wasn't expecting. I truly believe that. So they put, can't whip the kids, can't do this, can't do that, because they knew how tough we were, but how silent we were. And if we acted on something, a lot of us didn't tell nobody unless it was just a small little group of us that was in that circle that knew. We were dangerous. We still are. I think that is that's what I think Gen X was. Failed military operation. If you put us in power, everything will change overnight, because you can't hurt our feelings and we don't give a damn. Believe me when I say that. Like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching this video. I'll come back with more Toxic Rides, Gen X edition, Gen X all the way.